I love it. I love it. He's everything that I want to be as a sports coach. And in terms of just day-to-day life, you think of how much you can take from that and apply to your life. Have a process that you can stick to, because any sports psych will tell you is when you get outcome focused, your performance will dip, but when you get process focused, you will have better results. Takes the pressure off. He has an unwavering belief in himself and how he operates. He's not deterred by other people's opinions. Relentless pursuit of excellence. Could you imagine if that's how you live your life every single day? I'm Ian Hawkins, and this is Sport is Life. The purpose of sport, as I see it, is to see your vision become a reality. Find your voice, create strong connections, and learn to trust your body. There's a lot of really cool things happening in sport in Australia at the moment. We've got the young 16-year-old sprinter, Gout Gout, breaking all sorts of records, being compared to the great man Usain Bolt. We've got the cricket continues. Scotty Boland comes in for his cameos like he does and continues to excel. The Phil Hughes anniversary the other week, people were reflecting on that and the impact that had for all of us as not just cricket fans, but people in Australia, because when someone in the public eye passes, it can really, really have an impact. It reminds us of our own immortality, and it can actually have a bigger impact than we think it will for someone that we've never met. But today I want to talk about something that's happening on the other side of the world. Still an Aussie, Ange Postecoglou, current manager at Tottenham Hotspur. He is really getting some strong criticism at the moment. He's having some incredible results, like they pumped Man City 4-0, but then a few days later they have a loss and then a draw against teams that they should be beating. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about how Ange's approached this whole thing, and actually at every club that he's been to, including the Australian national team, and why he continues to have success. And I believe he will have success if they be patient with him. And if not, I'm sure another EPL club will pick him up. And this is why I believe that to be the case. Ange is unwavering in his belief in his system. He knows it works. I listened to another podcast. He's been coaching since he was 12. They went to a knockout cup game in primary school, and the coach was just a teacher who kind of just took them but didn't really do any coaching. So he straight away went to work mapping out he said his teammates actually asked him to get him organised. So he's been a coach his whole life. And he's worked with some amazing people. He was at South Melbourne. He worked with the great man Pushkas. He's had any number of fantastic mentors over that time. He's worked within the city group, so he's had different conversations with all of the amazing coaches in that space, and he also has had success playing his unique way, his unique brand of football, by sticking to the process. And he doesn't get deterred by what other people's opinions are. Now, I've got to be honest, he does look a bit stressed at the moment, and the English media is pretty good at chewing people up and spitting them out. But he continues to stick to his guns. And I imagine that living in that sort of public eye would be stressful. But I'd say he's more stressed about the fact that his team's not getting results. But the interesting thing is when they don't, and to me this is rare, not just in sport but in life, he takes full responsibility for everything. Even with the refereeing. People want to come at him with, there was a bad decision by the referee, and he goes, the VAR, the video ref, and he's like, I sound like an old man screaming at the clouds, but why aren't we just satisfied that humans make mistakes and just get on with it? Players make mistakes, coaches make mistakes, refs make mistakes as well. And he said, we're losing the human element. And he said, I'm not going to complain about the referees. That's outside of my control. He sticks to what he can control. So he takes responsibility for the results, for the players' injuries. He said, that's on me. They don't play well. That's on me. It's not on the team. If they're playing bad, he owns that. He doesn't blame referees. He doesn't blame weather. He doesn't blame injuries. And they have had so many injuries. This squad is not that strong. It can definitely be built on. He lost one of the best players in the club's history before a ball had been kicked in the season proper last year. I think I heard him say something along the lines of, if I was so concerned about immediate results, I would have argued more to keep Harry Kane. But we are building something over the long term, and I'm going to stick to what I know works. So he's investing in youth. He's putting more time and energy into the academy. So those good players are coming through and they already know how to play his system. And he's, as he always does, he's looking for good players who play within his system and will excel in his system. I've got no doubt when he hits January transfer window that some of those players there that have been inconsistent, they might be finding themselves somewhere else, and he'll be bringing in new players who can. And they might not be huge names, but they'll be players that can play his system. And I just love his relentless pursuit of excellence. You see him on the sideline. His voice is gone because despite the fact there might be 80,000 in the crowd there, he is screaming at them, keep playing, keep going forward. He doesn't play the scoreboard. He doesn't play the clock. He plays the system. So when last year when the team had a couple of send-offs and people are going, oh, he should have defended, he is, no, we are going to play to win. I'm not about trying to shut up shop and hold on to a lead. I'm about trying to win. And he continues to do that. And if they are persistent with him and they do stay the course, the people running the show at Tottenham, they will have success because he'll continue to build on it. He'll continue to have players that will come in and play his system. And if they don't, he'll find someone else. The other thing that he has in spades, he has emotional intelligence and he has connection to his players. You only had to look at the skipper, Sonny, talking after the game. He was really emotional when he was being harsh on himself, blaming himself because he'd missed a goal. But he just wants to play for the manager because the manager protects them. He says, that's on me. And I don't care whether you're playing football or you're in a workplace. When you know the boss has your back, you will do anything for them. When you know they'll defend you, when they'll be that barrier between the outside noise that people are having a crack at you and and the boss defends you, you will go to great lengths to make sure that your boss succeeds. So he has that ability to connect with the players. He's not necessarily the, go and talk to the players one-on-one as regularly. He very much arm's length. But when he talks to them, he's not just abusing them or screaming of the sake of screaming. It's detached from the emotion because it's like, no, here's the system. This is how he played the system. And he's encouraging and he's warm, but he's direct. I love it. I love it. He's everything that I want to be as a sports coach. And in terms of just day-to-day life, you think of how much you can take from that and apply to your life. Have a process that you can stick to, because any sports psych will tell you is when you get outcome focused, your performance will dip, but when you get process focused, you will have better results. Takes the pressure off. He has an unwavering belief in himself and how he operates. He's not deterred by other people's opinions. Relentless pursuit of excellence. Could you imagine if that's how you lived your life every single day? So that is such a powerful way of being to aspire to. And again, I just love he doesn't take crap from the media, the fans. Well, to be fair with the fans, he's not taking crap from them, but he said the fans have every right to have a crack at him because we're not doing well enough. But I did like how he called them out last year. Final game of the year. They have a chance to win. get a little bit further up the ladder, won't have a great deal of impact on anything, on whether they play Europe or whatever else the following year, but he just wants to build that culture of winning. And he called out the fans, the Spurs fans, who were cheering for Man City to beat them so that their neighbours, their arch rivals, Arsenal, don't win the league. And he's like, that's typical of the losing mentality that we've had at the club. We should be cheering our team on to win, and we're not worried about what other mob are doing because we want to win. We don't want to stop other people from being successful. We want to be successful. And that means an internal focus, a really clear process, and to stick to it. So the lesson for you today is, how can you be more like that? What do you need to change to be able to be more like that? Because that is how you build success, and not just success, but sustained success. Success you can take into any other organization, into any other situation, and you can rinse and repeat. You know your process. You have an unwavering belief in your process, in your system, and how you operate. Relentless pursuit of excellence. Not to be knocked off course by other people's crap. Powerful. Have an awesome weekend. Assuming you're listening to this on the day it's released, have a great day, whatever day of the week it is for you, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, before I go, in the coming weeks, I'm going to be doing roundtable discussions on different areas of sport through a bit of a different lens, not just about the technical aspects of sport, but the social aspects, the community, how we're connecting, how we're looking to improve, and as always, how we can apply that to everyday life. I've got an awesome crew together to record my first roundtable discussion on the state of the game that is cricket in Australia. Some 2 high-level coaches, a cricketer that has played at the top level for Australia, but also he's a player manager. He does a whole lot of different things within the world of cricket, but he's also played at grassroots level, and a good mate of mine who is a grassroots expert has umpired all through those levels. And we're going to talk about what's going on. I'm looking forward to this one. It's an area I'm passionate about, cricket, but sport. 18 years at Fox Sports, where I learned so much about how the game works, the outside influences, and then when I transitioning into coaching while I was still there, just how positive an impact it can have on our life. So I'm really excited to dive into more of these roundtables, pick the brains of some of the experts, and get some different perspectives that you can then also take with you and apply to whichever area of your life that you think will be beneficial. So stay tuned for information about that. Recording in just over a week, and hopefully coming out around Boxing Day, just in time for the Boxing Day test. Speak to you soon. You've taken the time to listen to this whole episode. Now it's time to take action. Commit to one thing you've learned today and make it happen. And to avoid any obstructions, join the Sport is Life movement by clicking on the link in the show notes.